Hi everyone, Mark Anthony, and I am outside, I'm 50 miles outside of Las Vegas. I just crossed the California border about 2 or 3 miles ago. I'm in an area that the federal government has deemed environmentally critical. There are species out here in this part of the desert that are on the endangered species list, and there's a water table under here that they fear could be damaged if there's any construction out here. That's one of the reasons that we've been given over the last 20 years on why we don't have a high-speed rail line coming from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, because it would have to come through this part of the desert. Now, let's think about that for a second. Desert species, the desert tortoise, there's a snail and a flea out here that is on the endangered species list. Environmentally critical area. They don't want major construction out here because of the water table, on top of all these other problems that I just went over. So what happens when somebody donates really heavy to the re-election of a senator from Searchlight, Nevada? And then the same person gets all of their friends and their friends' friends to donate very heavily to the re-election of a president. Well, what they end up with is the world's largest solar farm sitting right in a environmentally critical area, right in the pathway of several endangered species, not to mention the flight path of many birds. You get EPA laws that are voided, changed, ignored. You get to use the water table. You also get the EPA to allow you to discharge 2 times the normal greenhouse gases that are allowed for energy production plants. This, the world's largest solar farm, is producing 2 times the amount of greenhouse gases allowed by law for any other energy manufacturing facility. Greenhouse gases is what gives us climate change. This is what's eating up the ozone, according to the environmentalists, and according to our former green energy president, who approved all this and pushed this through to make it happen. Interesting. Remind me again, which president was the environmentalist? Oh yeah, that one. Not only that, but you get a impeached president to come out here and say this is the greatest thing since the last ice age. You get the sitting president who won re-election to come out here and say this is the future of solar energy, and all of a sudden EPA rules are now making this, almost mandating that this is the way that it should be going forward. Yeah. Which one is the environmental president again? Oh man. Yeah. This project was guaranteed with close to $2 billion in federal loans backed by the U.S. taxpayer. Interesting. There was really no oversight in the building of this project because, well, this was to be the future of solar production, although the technology that was used to build this power plant was obsolete when they started it, and there's no other projects going forward using this technology. What is it, like 16,000 birds a year now are being smoked as they fly through here because this is a migratory path, and because it was such an important project to prove solar energy that they really didn't have to worry about the migratory paths of birds or endangered species or the groundwater, the fact that this is sucking up all kinds of groundwater, and it's using more natural gas than conventional solar, and it's putting out 2 times the amount of greenhouse gases that are normally allowed, and it is only producing 70% of the electricity promised, and at a cost, because the records are sealed, nobody is quite sure just how expensive this is. We can estimate from what people can gather and all of the people that are looking into this, that people in Northern California are paying 3 times the amount for this solar electricity than they would pay for the electricity coming from any other solar power plants built. But this was built under the presidency of the greatest president on earth, who was an environmental president. He really cared about the environment, and he set up the EPA rules to make sure that things like this happen more often in the future, because he was the environmental president.